Tonight we are looking at a classic cartoon cat and dog rivalry. Yes, it is Rhubarb and Custard. The British animated children's series created by Grange Calveley. It was originally shown on BBC One in 1974. It originally had 30 episodes and each episode lasted for 5 minutes. The series later came back in a 2005 revival, which aired on Channel 5. There were an additional 39 episodes made and each episode lasted about 7 minutes. Rhubarb has an overactive imagination and Custard is very mischievous. So now that we have the background, let's take a look at a couple of episodes. First up, we are looking at a 1974 episode, When the Tree Fell to Pieces. So on a very windy day, Rhubarb is trying to walk, but he can't as the narrator explains everything. Rhubarb is then thrown backwards as Rhubarb is then tossed all over the place. The wind is attacking the house and trees as Rhubarb is still being flung around because of the strong winds. Rhubarb holds onto the tree as the sun is also being affected by the wind. Rhubarb comes up with a plan as the sun then goes down. The wind has then stopped as Rhubarb falls from the tree. His fur has been stretched everywhere as it is as long as string. So in his basket, Rhubarb is complaining about the day as he then goes to sleep. So the next day, Rhubarb comes out as he checks for wind. There is no wind as he then goes out for some exercise. Everything is normal until Rhubarb wishes for some wind. The wind then picks up as Rhubarb gets caught up in the wind once more. The wind then stops again as Rhubarb falls to the ground. He then spots the lack of leaves on the tree. He can't believe it as Rhubarb gets his claws out and starts to collect all the leaves. The birds laugh as Custard watches on as Rhubarb bounces around. He collects all the leaves as he then heads to the shed to get a ladder and some glue. But all of a sudden the wind picks up and blows away all the leaves once again. All the leaves land on Rhubarb as he is covered in glue. Custard laughs away as Rhubarb is embarrassed. The birds laugh as well as they then somersault in the air. Custard then dances away as Rhubarb shouts, but no one can hear him because of the loud wind. Rhubarb heads back to his house as Custard gets caught up in the wind. He gets blown away as he screams for help. Rhubarb laughs away as the episode ends on that note. Next up we have another 1974 episode, When There Was a Big Mix-Up. So Rhubarb is just laying there as he is just thinking about becoming someone else. Rhubarb thinks about what other characters he could be as he says he will get more respect from Custard if he was someone else. Rhubarb then comes up with an idea as he says he will become a hypnotist, so he grabs his watch as he then heads to his shed. The birds are on the lawn as they are doing whatever they're doing as Custard watches on as he says Rhubarb has grown a lovely flower. The other birds don't agree with Custard as the other animals all want to be hypnotized by Rhubarb as Rabbit wants to know what letters tastes like. Custard says he doesn't need to be hypnotized to know what letters tastes like as he is a rabbit and already likes letters. So after 7 minutes, in the shed, Rhubarb comes storming out as he has dressed up as a hypnotist. He then hypnotizes everyone as he uses his watch. Custard doesn't fall for it as all of a sudden the watch breaks as Rhubarb uses his powers to try to get Custard under his spell. Custard then floats off as Rhubarb is confused. Custard heads over to the rabbit as the rabbit laughs. Rhubarb gets annoyed as the rabbit flies away. Mole jumps on the fence and dances away. The rook jumps into Mole's hole as the birds pretend to be rabbits. The turtle sprints away as everyone flies around. Mole laughs away as he then falls off as Rhubarb can't believe everything has gone wrong as everyone thinks they are someone else as Rhubarb then asks who we are as the episode ends on that strange note. Finally we have a 2005 episode, When There Was a Surprise. So at night, the narrator explains everything as Rhubarb is asleep. He then dreams about inventing something as he then hurts his fingers by building his new computer. The narrator explains everything he needed to build his new computer as Rhubarb then tries to use it. We then hear that Mouse is coming over and he will explain to Rhubarb why his computer isn't working. So Rhubarb gets up as Rhubarb wants Mouse here now as we then see Rhubarb dreaming about sheep. The narrator says Rhubarb can't sleep because he wants to get on his new computer. So the moon waves goodbye as the sun comes out as Rhubarb goes out for a walk. He spots Custard as he taunts him as Custard dreams up some food and eats it. Rhubarb walks off as the birds chirp away. Rhubarb then copies the birds as he asks if the birds have gone around the sky yet as the birds then laugh. Rhubarb says Mouse will be here soon to fix the computer as Custard says Rhubarb has gone mad as the post dog then arrives. He gives a parcel over to Rhubarb as he thanks him. He says it is a secret as Custard continues to say Rhubarb is crazy. Mouse arrives as Rhubarb goes to ask Mouse for his help. They head to his shed. Rhubarb explains what he needs help with as Custard listens in. Custard then walks in as Rhubarb is not pleased as he explains who Mouse is. Custard says Mouse is a big cheese as Mouse then says an experiment is underway as he talks funny. Custard says he can't wait for his Custard surprise as Rhubarb isn't happy as he pushes Custard out of the shed. Custard isn't happy as the birds then laugh. Custard heads back to the fence as he is angry. So in the shed Mouse is explaining everything as he pulls out his cheese and puts it into the computer as Rhubarb is shocked. Mouse says Rhubarb is a genius as Mouse jumps on the wheel and makes the computer work. Rhubarb then presses the button as the computer works. Mouse tells Rhubarb to think about some ideas as Rhubarb can't think up anything as Mouse says they should make a Custard surprise machine as Rhubarb agrees as he then zaps his ideas to the computer. The computer then explodes as Mouse is shocked as Rhubarb then remembers Custard surprise stinks. Rhubarb then introduces the Custard surprise machine as he dances around. Custard is happy as he can't believe he has his own machine as everyone else watches on. Rhubarb shouts some more as Mouse pulls on the lever as the machine goes off. Rhubarb can't handle the smell as he tells Custard to get licking as Custard asks what that ticking is as everyone is shocked. Rhubarb can't believe it as it then explodes. Custard surprise goes everywhere as Custard tells Rhubarb off as he licks up. He dances away as Rhubarb turns pale as the episode then ends on that note. Overall, Rhubarb and Custard was a good show. Both versions were very similar with Rhubarb having a silly storyline that played out over 5 to 7 minutes. Custard was a great supporting character as I really liked the rivalry between Rhubarb and Custard. Even though the plots were silly, I really like this show and it is a shame there have only been 69 episodes made in total, because this show was always on during my childhood. So in conclusion, I would recommend this show if you love silly cartoon chaos. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.